Aleikhem, Malakhei, HaSharet, Malakhei, Acharei. This Friday night, we're going to do something very strange. On one hand, we're going to say, Shalom Aleikhem. We're going to welcome in the angels. But then after that, what do we say? Tzeichen l'shalom. Get out of here. We don't want you anymore. It seems a little bit heretical, if you ask me. But some say, really, there's not one set of angels, but two. Yes, we have to welcome in the Shabbats. We have to actively bring in Shabbat to our lives, but that's not enough. We also have to say goodbye to the weekday angels. It's not enough just to say Kiddush, but we also have to let go of all the things that we're thinking about from the week. We have to let go of the assignment we still have. We have to let go of what's going on in business. And we have to let go of anything that's going to possibly distract us from Shabbat. I want to tell a story about my mother's grandfather's grandfather, Rav Shmuel Molliver, one of the founders of religious Zionism. So the story goes that once upon a time, for his birthday, his wife bought for him a lottery ticket. And he said, what do I need a lottery ticket for? He said, I'll get it for you. Why not? He had no interest. He said, I have everything I need. Now, by the way, he did not have everything he needed. He lived in a very humble situation, barely making ends meet. But for him, that was all he needed. Push came to shove. And when the lottery was drawn, he came back to see what happened with his ticket. And lo and behold, he won the lottery. This was, the equivalent of millions of dollars in today's dollars. And, it was quite amazing. Now, what did Rav Shmuel Molliver do when he found this out? He said, Baruch Hashem, I now have the ability to give millions of dollars to tzedakah. So this is what he decided he wanted to do. So he took the money with him and he started going on a tour in Europe to disperse this money. Now, one week came and Shabbat was approaching. He was traveling with a gabbai, a personal assistant. So they stopped in an inn, and the money they placed in one container, and the key with a lock, and the key to that container, to that chest, they put in another chest. And who had the key to that chest? The gabbai. Okay. So Friday night came along, Shabbat started. And before they knew it, there was a cry, there was a shrill in the community. And they said, Rav Shmuel Molliver, people came running. They said, what's happened? So they said, Rabbi, the money's gone missing. Everything, all the millions of dollars that you have, it's gone. And of course, who has gone with it? None other than the gabbai. So they said, Rabbi, if we run quickly, we can definitely get to the police station and we can stop him before he runs anywhere. So he said, what do I have to worry about? It's Shabbat right now, and I want to focus on Shabbat. For me, that's the most important thing. So to everyone's utter amazement of losing millions of dollars, he nonetheless goes on with Shabbat, and not a concern can be seen in his face. And he continues to sing and to learn until the end of Shabbat. Comes the end of Shabbat, and he gathers his things, he says Havdalah, he puts on his coat, and he starts walking to the police station. The second he walks there, he's approaching the police station, and all the officers are waiting there, lined up outside the police station, waiting for him. And they said, Rabbi Shmuel Molliver, we were waiting for you, we were waiting for the Shabbat to end. Of course we caught the man, of course, here's your money back. And Rabbi Shmuel Molliver said to himself, didn't I tell you there was no need to worry about anything? I think for the rest of us, and I'm just saying about myself, losing millions of dollars that you won from the lottery, probably there'd be nothing more of a challenging nisayon than that. But I think Rav Shmuel Molliver, more than anything, exemplified the midah from Shalom Aleikhem of not only do we have to say goodbye not only do we have to welcome in the Shabbat angels. That's true. We have to do all the atzeis of Shabbat, but also letting go of entering the mindset of Shabbat and saying there's not a worry in the world that I can have that would take me away from Shabbat. That is, I think, the secret to today's day and age. We have to ask ourselves not only, I follow halakha, I've done everything I had to do, yes, but what was the talk like at the Shabbat table? What were the Zmirot like? What were the Divrei Torah like? Or was it that we were worried about what was going to happen before Shabbat, after Shabbat? We learned from here an important lesson. We learned about how to bring our Shabbat to a place of not just thinking about what does the technical halacha ask from me, but also what can I do to really bring Shabbat into my life? What can I do to get rid of the weekday angel? I want to wish you a Shabbat Shalom. This is Zac Schwartz, alumni of 2015.